guess we gotta wait for the open beta this Saturday. But let's get some of this going, I guess.
Every once in a while, when you are working as a SOC analyst, you will come across content, a file or traffic, that seems suspicious, and you will have to decide whether that content is malicious or not. It is normal to feel confused with all the mixed signals that such content provides. This becomes a little overwhelming for somebody who is just starting.
Oh, I missed all that.
Every once in a while, when you are working as a SOC analyst, you will come across content, a file or traffic, that seems suspicious, and you will have to decide whether that content is malicious or not. It is normal to feel confused with all the mixed signals that such content provides. This becomes a little overwhelming for somebody who is just starting in cybersecurity, and it is common to begin self-guessing oneself. Knowing what steps to take to resolve such a scenario is helpful. This room will lay down some steps to help you make the initial conclusion about a particular suspicious file. Notably, in this room, you will learn, what is malware? How to start analyzing a malware, static and dynamic malware analysis, resources to help you analyze malware. So let's get started.
Did someone resell the thing I sold them? Alright.
Malware. The word malware is derived from the term malicious software. Therefore, any software that has a malicious purpose can be considered malware. Malware is further classified into different categories based on its behavior. However, we will not go into the details of those in this room. Here we will ponder the steps we will take if we suspect that we found malware in a machine. So, let's get started.
I believe in bullying.
The purpose behind malware analysis. Malware analysis is an important skill to have. As a quick overview, malware analysis is performed by the following people in the security industry. Security operations teams analyze malware to write detections for malicious activity in their networks. Incident response teams analyze malware to determine what damage has been done to an environment to remediate and revert that damage. Threat hunt teams analyze malware to identify IOCs, which they use to hunt for malware in a network. Malware researchers in security product vendor teams analyze malware to add detections for them in their security products. Threat research teams in OS vendors like Microsoft and Google analyze malware to discover the vulnerabilities exploited and add more.
Damn it, I missed all that.
Threat hunt teams analyze malware to identify IOCs, which they use to hunt for malware in a network. Malware researchers in security product vendor teams analyze malware to add detections for them in their security products.
Did I start streaming? Can't tell. Yeah, it's streaming. Word. Test. I don't think it's working on YouTube. Whatever. Oh, there it is.
Malware researchers in security product vendor teams analyze malware to add detections for them in their security products. Threat research teams in OS vendors like Microsoft,
I'll go in there and bully the fucking principal if I had to. I'll go in there and bully the principal every day until he gets the picture. This creep of a principal thinks it's okay to. Small independent woman. I see. I see. I'll go there and bully the person. Check this review. Alright, let me finish this.
Threat research teams in OS vendors like Microsoft and Google analyze malware to discover the vulnerabilities exploited and add more security features to the OS/applications. Overall, it seems like many different people do malware.
I'll make friends.
Analysis for many compelling reasons. So let's see how to start.
It's a post.
Before we begin, please note that malware is like a weapon because it can produce great harm if not handled with care.
I'll try it nicely and respectfully for it.
Before we begin, please note that malware is like a weapon because it can produce great harm if not handled with care. For this reason, always take the following precautions while analyzing malware. Never analyze malware or suspected malware on a machine that does not have the sole purpose
Of analyzing malware. Hell yeah.
of analyzing malware. When not analyzing or moving malware samples around to different locations, always keep them in password-protected zip/rar or other archives so that we can avoid accidental detonation. Only extract the malware from this password-protected archive inside the isolated environment, and only when analyzing it. Create an isolated VM specifically for malware analysis, which has the capability of being reverted to a clean slate once you are done.
What they mean by isolated VM, what they mean by is one thing you can do is throw your VM on a whole different drive, have it password protected and locked, and that's just one thing I would do. And then on the VM you wanted to have where it doesn't use a bridge network adapter. I can't think of other things off my head, but shit like that, you know. Don't let it have a bridge network adapter. Don't let the clipboard where you can drag and drop turn that off. But if I was analyzing malware, I got this Windows 10. I think it has Windows 11 on it. This old laptop. I don't care for it, so I would throw that malware on that laptop and then run it and analyze it within there. We can always revert it back. You just reflash it, reinstall Windows every time it gets too fucked up. And that's why I still I'm scared of VMs, running malware on VMs, because even then they have malware that can bypass the VM. They can, I don't know, there's some smart people out there. So I would always still just do it on a shitty laptop with no network connection right there, so it's not on your PC. That's what I believe in. That's I'm not concentrating at all.
Ensure that all internet connections are closed or at least monitored. Once you are done with malware analysis, revert the VM to its clean slate for the next malware analysis session to avoid residue from a previous malware execution corrupting the next one.
And how you do that is you can do snapshots. So get the whole thing installed, blah blah blah. Get it to where you want it to be, then boom, snapshot. That's what you would want to do. Yeah. Alright. I totally didn't get nothing done today. We'll do more tomorrow. I got too much thinking going on.